Authorities have released images and videos of a subject they want to identify in their search for missing 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. Officials say these photos were taken from her home surveillance camera. Now, the person seen here is not considered a suspect or person of interest at this time. FBI Director Kash Patel says the person seen is armed and appears to be tampering with that camera on Nancy Guthrie's front door. We just saw this person bring some brush up to try and cover that camera. Now, CBS News has learned the FBI worked with Google to get the Nest video, which was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems. CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez joins us now from Tucson. Andres, what can we glean from these photos, and are we hearing anything from Savannah?
Well, Lindsay, this is what America needed. For the last few days, they were asking for tips in this case, but these images now provide something tangible for Americans to glean at and look, and hopefully they can notice either the clothing, the mask, the shoes, perhaps his gait, the way he walked up to that house and was wandering, ended up walking around the front steps there. So now this is probably a lot of online sleuths trying to track down the type of clothing that he was wearing. Now, this all ends up tying into the timeline because around 1:47 that morning, that doorbell, presumably by this individual, ends up getting disconnected. About 20 minutes later, at 2:12, the software ends up detecting another individual there, a person on camera. Again, Nancy did not end up paying for that cloud service. However, eventually we're told by the Kash Patel, the FBI director, that, as you said off the top there, that they were able to get this from residual data located on back-end systems. So the engineers there at Google were able to somehow end up pulling and extracting the images that we're now seeing. The evidence recovered thus far is the blood that was on the front steps. So we don't know if there was some type of struggle that happened there at the front steps or if it happened indoors eventually before Nancy was taken out of that home. The septic tank was looked at over the weekend. That happened on Sunday. And then the camera was removed from the roof on Friday, and her car was towed as well. They're trying to figure out if there were any data points from that vehicle. But again, over the last few days, they had been asking for tips, and this finally gives Americans something that tangible that they end up could look for, whether it's the clothing or whether it's this person's gait.
Okay, Andres, thank you. Let's go to the head of our crime and policing unit now, Anna Schecter. I mean, this is huge. Andres just said this is what America has been waiting for. Someone out there knows something. There's distinguishing enough characteristics from the backpack to the height that hopefully someone knows something.
That's right. And maybe this person discarded the gloves, the mask, the backpack. Who knows? All of that can be tested for DNA if found. This is potentially going to crack this case open. But of course, we can't see this individual's face, unfortunately. That would have been much better. And that, to me, speaks to the amount of planning. There was enough planning that this individual knew to disguise their face, wear the gloves, to not leave those fingerprints. So that tells me a little bit about who did this.
Would the family have been shown these images prior to releasing them to the public?
Well, Savannah Guthrie herself posted those. And the Guthrie family has been working closely with the FBI since Sunday and closely with the Sheriff's Department as well. So, yes, I'm sure that they would have shared these images. In fact, the FBI was involved in helping and supporting the Guthrie family put out those videos. So there's been a lot of coordination between them. So in this instance as well.
Okay, I'm going to do rapid fire with you because we only have a minute left. He appears to walk up calmly and then realize there's a camera there and grab that brush to try and cover. Does that suggest to you someone who's not familiar with the security of the home?
Great question. I'm not sure, because maybe this individual knew that the camera was there and was just hadn't figured out how to dismantle it yet.
Why did it take so long to get these images?
Great question. That is the money question. Nancy Guthrie did not have the subscription service for Nest cameras, and so the data had to be recovered by Google. It's like a cloud situation. It was not readily available. But we are now a week after Google got involved. Had we had these earlier, it would have been better.
Andres mentioned the camera that was removed from her roof. Could we potentially get any more images, either from that or was there anything inside?
Possibly. She had Nest cameras inside. There is a chance that Google can recover more images from inside the home and also from that camera on the roof.
Anna Schecter, stay close. Thank you so much. Anyone with information related to Nancy's disappearance is asked to contact 1-800-CALL-FBI or visit tips.fbi.gov, no matter how small. The White House press briefing was delayed after the Guthrie news was announced. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had this to say in her opening remarks.
The president encourages any American across the country with any knowledge of this suspect to please call the FBI, who continue to assist state and local authorities who are leading this investigation on the ground. And once again, I will reiterate that the prayers of this entire White House are with Savannah and her family at this time.